Welcome to the new River City Gamers Podcast, hosted by SCXCR and Well Unreal 007, as well as many other members from the River City Gamers website. Stay tuned for all the gaming news, new pickups, and everything else we feel like talking about on the River City Gamers Podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to River City Gamers Podcast. I'm SCXCR.
I'm Unreal.
Hey, and I'm wizwar 100. Enthusiastic I am.
I'm the man of night, the Nightman.
And it seems like you're probably the most awake out of all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Yeah.
everyone's like not getting enough sleep? I thought it was just me.
I wonder why we haven't been getting enough sleep.
We've got a humdinger of a show for you.
Coffee sucks.
I refuse to use caffeine and relying on that shit.
I don't want any negativity in this podcast, okay?
Not after last few times.
Hey, and speaking of walnuts, what's in the news?
Gaming news! So unreal.
Okay, I'm awake again, and it's time for some gaming news, and this time we're going back to EA because they suck that much dick.
Yay.
They suck so much dick that they suck dick at sucking dick.
The CEO of EA, John Russatello, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and then again, I don't care, he's stepped down from being CEO. If you don't know who that is, well, if you've seen either the PlayStation 4 presentation thing that Sony did, I believe, or have seen the EA E3 conference last year, that white-haired guy, that's him, I believe. I'm not sure why he stepped down, but people are saying that it's probably because of SimCity.
Which one? Social or just SimCity in general?
The new one, not the Oni Rokaku Game of the Year edition.
He owned it and he Rokaku'd it every day.
Why do I need to be logged onto a server? It's a single-player game!
Bollocks!
Scott, you got any ideas why this man stepped down from the worst company?
He had kind of a rocky tenure. And it's not like it was a complete mess when he was in charge, because when he was in charge of EA, they got like Mass Effect in, they got Dragon Age. Of course, they would find their ways to ruin that one. But he also had a number of failures too. Beyond the SimCity thing. Remember Star Wars: The Old Republic?
Oh yeah, played it a bit. It was okay.
Never played it, even though I'm a Star Wars fan.
And it's also free too. That's how bad I'd say it. But
Free to play has some good values, but that game is not one of them.
He didn't happen to like simulate what would happen to him in SimCity and then decide to step down before it actually happened, right?
What, living underwater?
Oh, if that's what the simulation turned out to be.
That's what you could do in that game, and it's really bad.
In a completely different note, he was also in charge when EA tried to make that bid for Take-Two and failed.
I don't even remember what that bid was for. I really don't have much to say on this matter other than I hope EA gets a good CEO so they don't suck. But I doubt it.
Only time will tell, though.
Yeah.
I see a lot
Unless someone kills it.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people like celebrating like this is going to suddenly lead to some sort of change in EA, but it's one guy from near the top of the ladder. This is like the video game employment hierarchy equivalent of cutting off one of the heads of the Hydra. So I don't think there's going to be any like short-term or even major long-term effects stemming from this. Unless they hire someone who's just completely off the wall and goes completely against what EA's been doing for the past decade.
but then they wouldn't hire him.
Exactly.
This one is part rumor, but also starting to become part truth. Everyone's familiar that with the upcoming Xbox, right? Like the rumored upcoming Xbox.
Oh yeah, it's going on.
I'm familiar with what it might be.
I'm familiar that it might be bad, but the rumors about the next Xbox system is that it's going to be anti-used games, which means, like, exactly what it says. You won't be able to use used games on it.
When you say anti-used games, you mean like it will have like this media and it'll just reject it, or
It just won't play it.
is it going to be like download only stuff?
Well, that's what the rumors are, but there's actually been leaked screenshots of the Durango development kit for the Xbox. And what these screenshots did, it confirmed rumored features, including that it's going to have a built-in high-fidelity Kinect sensor, but who cares? It talks about mandatory game installs, which also means playing from the optical disc will not be supported. So that means if you go out to the store and buy the disc, you just install it, and then it becomes a fucking frisbee.
Yeah, the PlayStation 4 is looking better and better already.
Makes me regret the Wii U less, but there's many reasons. But
this
it
is all
also-
just rumors and so forth.
but the development kit is confirming some of this. So, as far as we know, this shit's happening, and it's gonna shoot Microsoft in the foot. But that's not all. The games will be distributed on Blu-ray discs, but as I already stated, once you install it, the disc will not be read during gameplay. And the worst thing, always on, always connected online connectivity, because that's worked so fucking well in the past.
Oh yeah, can't play the game unless you're connected online. Well, what happens if my internet goes out? Oh, I guess I can't play it then.
It's going to be like the 360 where you have to buy a separate accessory to be able to access wireless.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Until
Yeah.
they keep their senses.
I actually have one of those, but I got that so cheap compared to its original retail price that I didn't care.
I eventually got the slim model, so I'm all good now.
I'm still stuck with the first model. No HDMI port. Kill me. But that's all we're getting from that. It's not looking good at all.
Yep.
And shit like this is making me not want to care about the next generation outside of the Wii U. And if the Wii U dies, I'm quitting gaming. Because PlayStation 4 is still not doing it for me. Although, at this point, it's looking better than Xbox
Yeah.
right now.
Then again, we all said how the PS3 was gonna suck when that was coming out, and look, it ended up being great.
Or at least not sucking.
Yeah.
Oh, good luck to those looking forward to the next Xbox.
You poor bastards.
I feel sorry for Microsoft fans.
The only Durango I will ever care about is a Dodge Durango. Available at your local Dodge dealer.
Scott, you got any news? Because those are the two big ones I pulled out for this week.
I could mention a couple of things.
Go
Number
ahead.
one, Lord British is at it again.
Oh boy, haven't heard from him in a while, actually.
Yep, Richard Garriott, the guy behind the Ultima series.
And
Fresh off
Tabula
of his
Rasa.
Kickstarter for his project called Shroud of the Avatar getting funded amazingly quickly. He was asked his thought on where game designers are right now, and he was quoted as saying, "I've met virtually no one in our industry who I think is as close to as good a game designer as I am. I'm not saying that because I think I'm so brilliant. What I'm saying is, I think most game designers really just suck."
For the most part.
And here's his reasoning behind this. If you're not a good artist, and you're not a good programmer, but you still like games, you become a designer, if you follow me. You get into Q&A and often design. He's saying that people who are good artists and are good programmers are often better because they understand the technology of the art.
Continue.
Should I mention what he said about Medal of Honor?
Do it, please.
Yes.
If you follow, he continued, they generally say, you know, I really like Medal of Honor, but I would have bigger weapons, or I would have more healing packs, or, you know, they go to make 1 or 2 changes to a game they otherwise love versus really sitting down and thinking, how can I really move the needle here?
Is that all he said?
He goes on, but because it's Lord British, he kind of rambles, so I'm just gonna stop there.
Okay.
Well, he did write stuff.
Basically, I think what he's getting at is current game designers maybe don't see the full picture, so they'll take these like little minute ideas that they think will improve it like in the short term without considering what effect that can have on the entire game.
I kind of see what he's going for.
Yeah, I do too, except remember Ultima 9?
Yeah.
Remember
Yeah.
Ultima 8?
Yeah.
Or like, who doesn't?
Now, I understand that part of that was EA kind of dicking over the development, but still.
Well, I really don't have, like, again, I don't have much to say on this matter other than, like, I kind of get what he's going for, but at the same time, he's coming off as kind of arrogant or cocky.
Oh, incredibly.
Pretty much.
So it goes either way.
Actually, please tell me this link still works. Yes!
What?
I just want to go over real quick what some of the Kickstarter prizes were. This is the top prize if you pledged $10,000 or more. Join Richard Lord British Garriott in a personal tour of the actual Britannia Manor and its collections. Basically, the top crowdfunding thing is basically the equivalent of a sleepover at his house.
Huh. Now he is really mad.
Just a few more quick notes before we get away from gaming news.
Hold on.
Fire Emblem Awakening, aka Blanc the Game.
Oh, what happened?
It's not only a very good game, it's also selling very well. In fact, it has set a franchise record for sales.
Nice.
Its first week, it sold 180,000 copies. And keep in mind, that is not counting digital downloads, which have no doubt gone up because... Has anyone actually tried to find a physical copy of it here?
I did.
I think there's still one here.
I did. Let me tell you, like, you've already heard my stories. My GameStops didn't have them. Or my GameStop didn't have them. So I resorted to Amazon. So now...
It's turning into like Xenoblade. You can't find that game anymore.
Yeah. At least then I got it at launch. Fire Emblem was not that case, though.
Yeah, Angel's trying to look for it. And I told him like, oh, I think there might be one around my store. And oh, guess what? There isn't.
Angel's practically put out a hit for Xenoblade.
Yeah, so if any
Next
of you
thing you
can
know, I
find
have
one,
to import it, and it's like, well, shit, I can't play it.
Next thing you know, Dog the Bounty Hunter shows up at his doorstep with a copy of Xenoblade.
Seriously, I really wish I played Fire Emblem right now, because I hear it's really good.
I'll take a look into the game because if everyone's praising it, I mean, surely it's something.
And I'd just like to end with a couple of Capcom notes. Number one, because it was never officially done before, Mega Man Online is officially confirmed as cancelled.
Ah, yes, I saw that.
But on a much more positive note, they did announce something that would be coming out, which is from a really old game they did. There's going to be a remake of the DuckTales game.
I heard about that earlier.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That surprised me.
I just saw it from someone on Twitter, and I was like, oh, really? Oh, that's cool.
I saw that on Facebook, and I'm like, huh. Kind of surprises me that they even have the license to the DuckTales still.
Maybe they were, like, able to for this. You never know.
What are they
Yeah.
going to do for the voice cast?
I don't think there is going to be a voice cast. Who knows how it's going to be handled?
Yeah, I mean, they'd probably save more on budget without going all on voice actors.
Probably just sound bites. I'll say this: at least the theme song was in the trailer. That's a nice little thing they added.
You can't make a DuckTale game without that. Like, it would just not be the game.
Or without the moon level music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's definitely. Because, well, everyone should know what that theme is. Even unborn children know what that is.
But there's one thing that's confirmed with the DuckTales thing. It'll be $15. And it'll be like an arcade title. I think also on PSN too.
That's a given.
Alright, well, I am officially out of news of the gaming variety.
Alright.
So, why don't we look all the way into the future, and by future I mean the next month and a half or so, and see what's coming out down the line. Right off the bat, BioShock Infinite.
Oh yes, finally.
Yeah.
See, it wasn't delayed again.
Again.
And again.
For the last time, infinitely.
I swear, didn't BioShock 1 also get like a couple of delays? It's like we're repeating history again.
All I remember from BioShock 1 is triggering a glitch in the game where I was stuck in a room and couldn't get out of it, and I just quit the game entirely.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Wow,
I will say-
that sucks.
Yeah, I will say, even though I'm not a big BioShock fan, BioShock Infinite does look pretty good.
It's always been like one of those quality games, like, you know, you might not be excited for it, but at least it's designed well.
Yeah.
I'm
and at least... Go ahead.
I'm pretty much having it on rental.
And at least they're not doing what BioShock 2 did, which pretty much had the same...
Yeah, that
same
was just boring. Well, it's the same thing, but it's just like we played this.
Yeah. It's... We don't want to have another Call of Duty on our hands, so...
Like, don't ruin a good idea. Even though there's already System Shock, but...
Well, on a slightly less uplifting note, coming out around the same time, Unreal, I believe you're familiar with this one. Army of Two, The Devil's Cartel.
Drop the bass.
I can't believe it when I saw that.
Believe it. That happened. Headless guy, still alive. Shooting.
Let's move away from that.
Isn't there something also coming out on the same day, or like on Tuesday also? For the 3DS?
It's not Project X Zone, I don't think.
Nope. I believe it comes out the 26th, but Luigi's Mansion Dark Moon for the 3DS.
Ah! Yeah, that one.
This is 24th.
24th, really?
Huh.
Sunday? Wow. Maybe Sunday or sometime that week. I'm considering picking it up, actually. It actually has online multiplayer, and Griff's friends are gonna probably get it too, and like we could just do that. Because it does look fun. I never played the original Luigi's Mansion though, so I'm like, fuck. Now I remember, as a kid I sort of played Luigi's Mansion, but not enough. That's all I wanted to.
I did play Luigi's Mansion for a pretty decent amount of time, and still a pretty good game. So I'm
Isn't it
definitely
underrated?
I'm not sure, but I am considering the second game, considering how much I liked the first one.
Yeah, if I could find the first game, I was gonna do that. Should have gotten it when they were still selling GameCube games at GameStop, but then I never saw it again.
Yeah.
Well, I think
Yeah,
that day I got
they-
Ikaruga on the GameCube, so...
Yeah, I could have
I got-
gotten
I
Metal
got
Gear
the-
Solid and Snakes, but instead I got Resident Evil, the remake. And then 5 copies appeared later.
And moving forward to mid-April, Pandora's Tower. Probably the last Wii game we will ever see.
It will be a real Pandora now.
I swear, like,
Wait, that's good?
I honestly believed that it was going to come out Tuesday, but then pushed to April. I was like, shit. Oh well. I still paid it off, so it's not like I'm not getting it.
Yeah, same here. By the way, guys, I know I told some of you, but Nightman, Wiz, I don't think you know about this. I sent a thank you letter to Xseed on all of our behalves.
Oh, alright.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, moving forward, same time, or around the same time as Pandora's Tower, something I've been seeing a bunch of YouTube videos about, mostly because of that tournament they're doing for it, Injustice: Gods Among Us.
That's a game I've been looking forward to since it was first announced, because, you know, I'm a fan of comic books. A lot of people don't know that, but, yeah, I'm into that stuff. But the thing is, considering it's done by the people who did Mortal Kombat 9, that also was one of the reasons why I'm looking forward to that.
I heard Shadow Snake was gonna play that game. Not my thing, but
He's
yeah.
a fighting game fan.
Mm-hmm.
Can I get another mid-April release? Maybe for the 3DS. Maybe called Shin Megami Tensei Devil Summoner Soul Hackers.
Oh, yes. Not sure if I'm gonna get that, because... Oh, I'm kind of getting into it lately.
It's not a series I'm familiar with, so...
Yeah, me neither.
It's one of those you need to invest to see if you'll like it.
Jeez, how many things are being released in April? God. Oh wait, a bunch of these are the same game. And by same game, I mean Dead Island Riptide.
Oh, is that the that special edition of it?
Yeah, Dead Island Riptide, Dead Island Riptide Special Edition, Dead Island Riptide Rigor Mortis Collector's Edition.
Which I still
Yeah.
can't believe they're selling.
Dead Island, that statue of the half chopped off waist, and what the? Why would you ever make that?
Oh
I
wait, they're
don't-
still doing that? I thought they changed it.
If they changed it, I didn't hear
Last
it.
time I saw. So if they changed it,
So it looks like they're going a little overboard with the additions for that one game.
Yeah, I think that might have been a Europe thing.
Oh.
But anyway, moving ahead. Oh god. Guys, we gotta go to DEF CON 3. The PS Vita has a game.
What game?
Soul Sacrifice.
oh, how many souls did it sacrifice to make that?
I think the entire marketing division, because I haven't seen anything for this game.
Wow, I guess they.
That's
poured their
Vita
soul
in
into
general.
that.
They don't market shit. They don't market anything for the Vita. I mean, do you remember how Fafi was surprised with just seeing an advertisement for the Vita? It's like an advertisement. What?
And let me make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah. I think this is going to be the last one I'll mention. And I just mention it because I like the first game. Deadly Premonition Director's Cut PS3.
Oh, you know, I've been wondering about the game. I kind of want to try it, but no Xbox.
It can be a pretty polarizing game.
I guess it's one of those. It depends. I probably might like it because I usually like a bunch of stuff that people don't like when. You know how they over exaggerate how oh, this game's terrible or don't buy it, and it turns out to not be quite what they said, but you can see why they said it was bad.
And apparently in the remake, they toyed with one of the things people complained about a lot, which was the control system, particularly during combat.
Really?
Well, that's what it says on the product details.
Huh. So, what's your opinion on that with the original controls?
The combat controls were clunky. I cannot argue that.
Huh, alright then. I'm just gonna have to take your word for it.
But I believe that does it for recent releases, which means it's time to talk about things that have been released that we now have in our collection. And how many fingers am I holding up? 5. There are 4 of us in the call. This doesn't work. Nightman, go first.
Well, I haven't really bought anything recently, so
Next.
yeah.
Wow, that was quick.
Wow.
He bought nothing.
Serious?
See, this thing called nothing everyone can afford.
Yeah, nothing, cause no money.
You have nothing to lose but everything you gain.
No money, no problems.
Yep.
And no house.
Well, I might as well go next because mine's going to be short, although not nearly that short. I really only have 2 things that I can talk about. Okay, one thing I got on Steam recently, just because I had the original for this, I didn't have the expansions for it, and the price was okay, so I just went ahead and got it. Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition.
Ah!
Oh, I saw that.
Is that the Steam release then?
Yes,
Yes.
it is the Steam release.
Wait, did that come out the same day it was announced or something, or revealed?
Maybe? I don't know.
Well, shit.
But it's the one that comes with Life's a Beach, Duke It Out in DC, Nuclear Winter, and the classic Duke Nukem. And aside from that, the only other thing I've gotten is...
What'd you get?
I think you know what I got.
Oh.
I think I know what you're gonna say.
One of the few actual games on the Wii U.
Does it
Wow, I
start
feel
with an
stupid.
M?
Followed by an O-N...
Whoa. And the next word starts with an H, and then the next word starts with a T, and then the last word starts with a U.
That's right, I got Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah!
Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Okay, I was about to say, because I didn't think Oni was in here right now. That's
Who needs-
2! Bam!
We will never let that go.
I will never
needs-
let that go.
Who needs Halo 4 when you got Wheel of Fortune?
Or Deal or No Deal.
Well, Price is Right.
Oh yeah, you did a short
Or
video.
Minute to Win It.
Fuck you!
Uh,
I hate him as much as you do. That face. That hair. That hair. That face.
that
What-
everything.
Ace!
That get the fuck off my TV.
I'll send you a pizza roll through the mail.
Wiz, have you gotten any games that will get us away from that guy's face?
Okay, let's see. Thinking about this now, I did get 2 games. One of them is not new, but it is a game. Virtue's Last Reward on the 3DS. It's a sequel to the game 999, 9 person, 9 doors, 9 hours. It's an improvement, and I like it, although I won't be playing it anytime soon, because the second game I got that's actually new is Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate.
Oh god, I thought you got Wheel of Fortune.
I
How
was
dare
gonna
you be different?
say Deal or No Deal, but yeah. Monster Hunter Tri Ultimate on the 3DS. I don't have the Wii U version, but it doesn't matter because you can transfer data between 2 systems, so you basically bought the same game, only one of them you can't play online.
Yeah.
And
Technically.
oh really? Oh wait, yeah, that's right. But it's a huge improvement over Tri, and has a lot more content, and it's a lot more fun. Although I'm still a little impartial to the Wii game. But yeah, that's all I got.
That
Guess
leaves
it's-
you.
It always comes to me.
The last timer.
Okay, so the hunt is over. Fire Emblem Awakening.
Wow, an actual, like, box copy?
Yeah, like I mentioned that I got it from Amazon, but then they finally shipped it this month, and I think it came in pretty quickly now that I think about it. Yeah, it came in relatively fast. I'm like, really already? I think it was next day when they told me that they shipped it. I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, that's all I got. I don't have any other games, any notable games like actually wait, no. What? Hang on. Deviljho? Oh, what'd you get me? Hang on.
Oh.
Hang on. He got me something. Oh. Okay. Wow. How the hell could you carry that with those tiny arms? Shit. Alright.
Not
Go
doing
back
quick-
to your corner, please. Don't stare at me. Fucking creasing me out. Oh, what do you know? He got me The Price is Right. Yeah, thanks for nothing.
still had more to offer than I did, though.
Doesn't help me that he got me 2 versions, the 3DS version and the Wii U version, because I can interconnect the prices right.
Well, that's quality control there. I guess was the price right?
Hold on a second. Hold on, something's wrong. Let me check. Wait a minute, it's not the prices right. I opened up the case and it says Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate in both of them. What do you know?
Oh,
Oh,
now
you're so
Deviljho
clever.
makes sense.
God, that was almost as confusing as when I got Fugitive Hunter for the PS2. I mean, I got it in a Killzone case of all things.
Yeah, at least was it in French?
Thankfully, no. And, I'll just add this to stuff I've got. Oh, actually, no, I missed one. Now that I think about it. I can't believe I almost missed this one. Another game for the Wii U. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transform.
Oh, I've been hearing really good things about that.
It's surprisingly good. Like, a lot of people said that about the first game that was surprisingly good. This one's great. Like, it's a lot of fun. I recommend picking it up. I mean, it even has online play, so if you want to do that.
May consider it.
Yep. And, you may... This is happening live right now in studio. I'm about to purchase Duke Nukem 3D Megaton Edition, because it's 10% off on Steam already.
10 for fucking cent off. That makes it 90%, the original.
Well, $9. I can't argue with that. Besides, I don't think the Good Old Games thing came with, the expansions like this one does, so...
Yeah,
At least
I don't think it did.
Which means
No,
I
it
now
didn't.
own the Xbox Arcade Duke Nukem, the Megaton Edition, and the Good Old Games one. John St. John, if you somehow watch this, I bought more Duke for you, man.
He duked out the cash and he got them nuked.
And this really isn't a game, but I'll just point it out. It's Monster Hunter related. I ended up getting from Capcom Unity, not Capcom Unity, just the Capcom store, 3DS Armor.
Ah, yes. I was thinking about getting that, but I decided not to since I have to start with Pad Pro.
Well, so do I, but I like the top part better. Like, it has a cool design on it, so that I don't have to take off. But, yeah, that's all I got.
Alright, well, we might as well move forward into our discussion topic for the day, which was abruptly changed at the last moment. And in fact, no one else knows what it is but me.
That's how abrupt it was.
So, remember me?
Is this Metroid?
Other
No,
M.
it's the game Remember Me.
Oh!
Oh.
I still can't believe that's a thing. We had a movie called Remember Me. Spoiler, the guy dies in 9/11. I don't fucking care.
Oh, that movie about that kid, eh?
Yep.
Well,
They
Remember
just-
Me has actually brought up an interesting issue. Not with the development, but with the publishing side of it. Now, for those of you who don't know, Remember Me is this game that's going to have a female protagonist that you play as through pretty much the entire game. And that apparently caused red flags with some publishers.
Oh, really?
The hell?
This sounds very...
No.
It sounds like it's going to go the Tomb Raider route.
Kind of, but not really. When the game was being shipped around to publishers, just looking at this makes my head hurt. But one of the people who was trying to shop this around was noting that they wanted to be able to tease Nillen's private life, Nillen being the character that you play as. So, there are instances where, for example, she kisses a guy.
What a shock.
And some of the publishers said, you can't make a dude like the player kiss another dude in the game. That's going to feel awkward.
But what about in games where you're a guy who has a girlfriend and you have females playing the game?
Oh, you see, now that's okay. When females do the things that the other gender can do, it's okay. But when the guys do it, it's not okay. equality.
Wait, Nightman, can you repeat what you said? Because I might have an example depending on what you said.
Well, I said, what if you're playing a game where you play as a guy and you can have a girlfriend or whatever, and it's a female who is the player? What about that scenario?
You mean like you play as the female?
No. Like a female player is playing as a guy, getting
Nightman.
a girlfriend.
A girl playing a guy who the guy, which is the player, gets a girlfriend.
Or
So,
no, I mean like the character is the guy.
Like, what I'm thinking right now when you said that is Harvest Moon, Friends of Mineral Town.
okay, it's not the same example I was thinking of. Then I'll just retract my statement. Then
Okay.
It does kind of raise an interesting question, though. I mean, think about, like, how many games you can name that have had a female protagonist that you play as for, like, most of, if not all of the game.
Samus.
1,
Joanna Dark.
2,
Lara Croft.
3.
The girls from Fatal Frame.
4.
And
Claire
then,
Redfield.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if I'd count that because you can always just play as Leon.
Yeah,
Or-
but what if we're talking about
Code Veronica's another game, by the way.
Yeah, I was thinking of that.
Okay.
So
fine.
wait. I was gonna say, so do you mean to should we exclude all the ones where you can switch between characters, and like we should stick to the games where you just play as the female?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. The lady from Portal, because everyone knows that. And PN03.
Okay, we're up to 7 now.
Did anyone say Samus?
Yes.
I did. That was the first. That's the very first one.
Well, I my headphones were off. Laura, was that already stated?
I think
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
Okay, let me start looking. Keep going.
We'll just get up to 10.
Do you kind of see what I'm getting at? We've only hit 7 and we're starting to repeat ourselves. Now, if I were to ask you how many male protagonists in games can you name?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah,
Many.
exactly. There was actually a study done that out of about 1,000 games sampled that were made like within the last 4 or 5 years or so, out of all of those games, about 26 of them had female protagonists. And the interesting thing is, well, interesting, debatable. Those games actually have lower revenue than the ones that the male characters take in. Now, that is ignoring a lot.
I remember one.
A lot of variables.
Oh, sorry if I cut you off, but actually, can you add to the counter? Faith, Mirror's Edge.
Oh, nice.
Okay, 8.
Oh, and now I just remembered one. I know a lot of people won't like this, but Lightning from Final Fantasy 13.
I don't think that would count because you got
You're
other
playing
characters.
as a group of people, though.
How about this?
Yeah, that's
Bayonetta.
Bayonetta, okay, 9. So that does count.
Yeah.
But I think we already made our point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
9's a pretty good
do you
number.
think there... Here's what I'm trying to get at. Do you think there actually is, like, any sort of reasoning behind why publishers think this would alienate male gamers?
No, it's just really stupid.
It's dumb. Like, I don't know why they think that.
I can understand it from a marketing perspective. Okay, our target is guys. We will have guys in the game that the guys play as.
So they could, quote unquote, represent themselves within the game.
And no, we're not counting Barbie games for the female side.
Because that would just be insulting to you and me.
I don't think anybody was thinking Barbie, so I think we're all good.
Because it's one of those shitty games.
Yeah, like, you don't expect them to be good anyways, so...
Well, they're just examples, I guess.
Oh, unless we were playing, like, Secret Agent or something, but who the fuck played that?
Oh, I'm still coming up with more examples. It was one of the Castlevania games on the Game Boy, the one where you played as that female.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do play as a female there.
Was it Legends, I think?
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's another one.
Okay,
And here's the one I just thought of.
And I'll give you
Wally-
another one. Jade Beyond Good and Evil, 11.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
And then I just found one. Lollipop Chainsaw.
Aye.
12.
Oh, what about that? What about that game Nest? Don't you play as a female protagonist solving puzzles? Or am I thinking something else?
That might be something else.
Oh, what about the game? That game Amy? I know.
I guess
know.
that counts, but the game is so bad that we kind of don't want it to.
Yeah, we're not... Yeah, we aren't really figuring in qualities, I guess, so 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think that publishers... They don't reveal who the publisher is that says this, but doesn't this come off as incredibly Neolithic?
Or sexist?
Oh, quite.
Yeah, very.
Do you think this is something that's going to hang around? Because...
Oh yeah, definitely. There's gonna be people who complain about stupid stuff like that.
It's not just a complaint, though. In this case, it's actually, like, a business decision. This is part of their model for determining what games they publish and what games they won't.
Whoa.
The stupidity just hurts. I had to exhale it out. Oh yes, and another... I don't know if this should count, but Harvest Moon's more friends at Mineral Town, because you only play as a female there.
So I guess no one has anything else to say?
I think we're just stupefied at how really dumb this is.
Yeah.
It's just something
Like-
that is so hard to put into words.
It's like, this shouldn't even be a problem in the first place.
It's like part of the old mythos that, like, girl gamers are as rare as unicorns.
Yeah.
Which I know isn't true because, like, when I went to GameStop for the midnight launch for Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which coincidentally was also the launch for Gears of War Judgment, even though I saw no one there buying Gears of War Judgment,
Your
Oh,
judgment time.
there were a total of 5 people in that store. 2 behind the counter, 3 customers, not including myself. The 2 people behind the counter, both girls. And one of the customers, girl. And
Yeah,
as I was coming out of GameStop with Monster Hunter in my hand, a girl was walking up to the door and sees Monster Hunter in my hand and goes, "Oh, hey, I'm getting that too."
Yeah. And the thing is, though, I also know a few GameStop employees. I know a female who works there.
So what's it going to take to outgrow this mindset?
Well, there are 2 things that are infinite in this universe. The universe and human stupidity.
You know, and hell, I have a few friends that are female that play video games. Shit.
I mean, it's definitely grown for the past few years, like... It's no longer just a guy thing. Actually, it never really was a guy thing, it's just that girls weren't interested back then, but now they're becoming more.
The thing is, though, media kind of makes it out to be the guy thing.
Well, that's another thing too. Is it like a guys versus girls thing, or is it a like masculinity issue that they think gamers have? Because apparently, if I am to follow this publisher's mindset, playing as a game where I am a female protagonist for the entire game who acts like a female protagonist, my penis is suddenly going to drop off and...
And your balls. Don't forget your balls.
You know what, let's go away from that analogy.
Oh wait, I also want to say something. That's like saying if I was to watch a movie with a female, like, protagonist, I'm not supposed to watch it because I'm a guy. Or I'm not allowed to.
Or you just shouldn't do it.
Yeah, it's like, well, what the fuck? It's just a character. It's not telling me to do stuff.
So, if we're playing a game where a female's the main character, do we just turn into a girl like Rama 1/2 or something?
Oh god. Or worse, Clamper, whatever the fuck it is. I suppose. Because then we'd all be unisid.
On that disturbing thought, any last words on this subject?
I think I'm pretty much done with this.
You are made of stupid. That's all I will say.
Alright, well, I have a question for you people.
Okay.
What do you get when a viewer asks a question?
They get the answers.
Actually, can I answer this one?
Go ahead.
Do we get go
I'm a Yura Akago.
Close. We get Wheel of Fortune.
again?
Again.
How many copies do we own now? Like 6?
I
What
think
is-
it's up to 8.
Ugh.
But seriously though,
Oh.
viewer questions. And of course, this first one is from Unreal.
Go!
Yes, that
I'm a
guy.
Yura Akago.
Yeah, I did it differently this time.
And he asks, think of the ending of a video game you didn't particularly enjoy. If you had the power to rewrite how it was supposed to end, what would you do to change what you didn't like? This might be a hard one to do due to spoilers, but give it a go anyway.
Can I start?
Go ahead.
Go ahead, I have no idea.
Well, to like the two people that probably see my best and worst game endings of 2011, you may remember my number one pick for worst. Rage. Here's how to fix the ending. Put an actual ending in. Because what Rage did barely qualifies as an ending. Like, if I had the power to rewrite it, I'd just, like, probably give it closure instead of just
Setting it up
activating one thing and just fucking having all these arcs come out of the ground. Give us more than that. It's retarded. There was like no effort at all. Like I don't want to say anything else because I'm not really a writer myself,
But even then,
even then, I think it goes without saying that game needed an ending when what was given barely qualifies as one.
see, it left you unsatisfied. That was the thing. And you don't need to be a writer to feel if something ended well.
Well, that's my piece on that question.
There are definitely endings that I kind of got a little pissed off at, but see, the thing is, I'm not really good at like writing stories and whatnot, so I don't know if I could find ways to change it.
Well, how about think of it like this? Like, think of like, what would you have done that would make you like think it's finished?
Let's just say, how about I'll talk about Assassin's Creed 3's ending. Because there was one minor change I would have made. I would probably have, you know how Desmond kind of had I know I'm spoiling here, but you know how Desmond kind of had a choice, but you know the game pretty much, the story pretty much forced him to make that one choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I threw my games out of the fucking room.
I mean, they had the potential of giving you a choice between two endings, but they didn't do that. That kind of been like, why'd you miss that opportunity? What the fuck? But that's all what I'm gonna say there. I know my answer's kind of limited, but whatevs.
One of my answers actually kind of ties into that, because it's also Assassin's Creed 3.
Alright?
But the thing I would have done differently with the ending is something I would have done differently with the whole story, which is don't include that December 21st bullshit.
Oh yeah, that I agree with.
Where the hell did that come from?
I think
Yeah,
they
it came out of left
shoehorned
field.
it into like the third game or something, just to say, well, that's what was gonna happen.
God, that was dumb.
Yeah,
God, that was so convenient.
because, 2012 coming.
This is kind of a broad one, and it can apply to a lot of games, but I will cite a specific example. Any game that ends with blatant sequel bait.
Oh yeah.
And I have a very specific example in it, because it's the one that's, like, freshest in my mind. The Conduit. Unreal, you know what I'm talking about.
You should tell that to fucking both installments, actually.
Yeah, but the second installment had that, The first installment didn't have that.
Yeah, it just ends, didn't it?
Yeah.
It's just
Wow.
flash of lights, credits pop up, a couple lines of dialogue happen.
Yeah, that was bad.
Oh yeah, that is true. I guess it was so bad I just didn't remember it. But yeah, now that you bring it up, yeah, that was a pretty shitty ending.
Anyone else shitty endings?
You know, movies I got a bunch, but games, I can't think of one, honestly, because I haven't. Well, aside from the conduit, and maybe there are games that I encountered where it had a shitty end, but I don't remember it. Maybe I'll answer it on some other time, or I'll answer it some other time if I can find it.
Alright, well, let's go ahead and segue into the next question, which is... Oh, wait a minute. That first question was for Daniku. Oops.
Yeah.
Oh. Sorry.
Oh well, question was
Okay,
answered.
this question is from Akago. And he says, here's another question for SCR. When are you going to finish the Shenmue... I'm done.
Okay, see you next time.
Nope.avi.
I'm surprised they didn't.
Really, though.
Surprised there wasn't one
Okay,
for,
the real question is, has there ever been anything you've seen in a video game that you thought was so emotional it actually made you cry? I will start this first. No. There have been a couple of times that were kind of close. The one I remember the most was near the end of Secret of Mana. And if anyone cares for spoilers, even though that game is ridiculously fucking old, just skip ahead like 10 seconds. It's the part where you realize that killing the dragon at the end might cause the sprite child to disappear from the face of the earth.
But do you have to kill the dragon?
Yes.
It's one of those tough decisions. Save the world or save...
It's the final boss.
Does the Game Boy Advance one count? Or wait, no, that was Secret of Mana.
That's all I got. By the way, if you cried in FF6 during the Opera House scene, you are a pussy.
Someone else was singing there too. Yeah. Actually, I saw it just, didn't really think too much of it. I'm not heartless, it's just, that didn't do it. Anyone next?
Nightman, do you got anything?
I'll go third, because
Yeah.
I got one.
I got one. I know this is a little bit. I don't know if this is spoiler bait, but even though anybody with an Xbox has pretty much played Gears of War 3 at this point, I'll just say if you haven't played it, skip ahead. But I'm gonna say when Dom died in Gears of War 3, I got a little teary-eyed. I didn't cry or anything, but you
got emotional.
Yeah, a little emotional, because that's like Marcus's best friend. He's been around since the first game, and to see him go like that, it kind of sucked.
I guess his death had some weight.
Can I add to that?
Yeah.
Yeah, personally, I felt kind of bad, but that kind of went away once that we talked to his voice actor. Which, but the other reason it went away was because, I felt bad, but I saw it coming. That's the thing. That's why I didn't feel as bad. It was like, if it came out of nowhere, then it probably would have been really bad. But since they've kind of been hinting at it, it was more like, yeah, he's a goner. So,
yeah.
At least for me with that game, it's like I knew it, but I just felt, oh, now who's gonna take pole position and sign it? Wiz, you want to go next? Because you're third.
All right. Originally, I just thought this up at the last second. Originally, I was gonna say Summon Night, but for my own reasons. If anyone wants to hear it, I'll tell it. But let's go to the one that's actually more legit. The ending to Illusion of Gaia. Okay. Okay. It's one of those things where I played it as a kid, I beat it, but I didn't understand the ending back then. It all just seemed so finished. And then years later, I read it. I took a look back at it, and I looked at what the ending was actually supposed to mean, and I was like, "Oh, that happened." That got me real emotional. I was just holding it in, but nothing burst. But yeah, I got real emotional after reading what the ending meant, because I didn't understand it when I was a kid, but when I grew up, it made so much sense now. And it was also pretty sad. So, yeah, Illusion of Gaia, that ending.
Okay, I guess I'll go. I'll just recall when I was younger, if there was one thing that kind of definitely made me teary-eyed, if I recall correctly, it was the ending to Super Mario RPG.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this was me when I was younger, so I was kind of different back then. Just, Gino going
when
away.
He disappeared?
Yeah, when he just when his spirit or something just left the doll and he was just gone.
Oh,
I mean,
like
Gino was a star, right? Gino was a star.
Yeah, it was a star, and he had a job, and it was kind of sad to see him go, because
yeah, the music didn't help either. But that was me as a kid. I still feel kind of bad about that, and I already mentioned the Gear 3 thing, but nothing made me cry. No, I can't think of any game in my collection or games I've played that I've cried at. I don't know, nothing has done it for me yet, really, but in terms of notable example, when I was younger, the Mario RPG thing, that was it.
I can see why.
Yeah.
Because Gino was a really cool character. You know, it would have made the scene would have been even the scene would have been even stronger if it was like he sacrificed himself or something. That would have just been.
Can't do that in kids' game. Well, actually, maybe they could if they get away with it somehow. But...
I think they did a few things where a few characters died, but I'll have to take a look at it. Gino needs to come back.
Give Gino his own game.
Oh yeah, that's. How would that work?
I have no idea.
I don't care, but I want it.
But considering how Square Enix is now, never gonna happen because they're retarded.
I'm surprised they don't have him like his costume or like using his character somewhere. Actually, also Mallow.
Yeah, that Cloud guy. Yeah.
Yep. The Stay Puft Marshmallow Ball.
Oh no, who's in our party? There's the Stay Puft Marshmallow. He's climbing Bowser's castle.
There was also a sad moment with him too. Early on, when you find out that he realizes that big surprise, he's not a frog, and then the sad.
But the thing is, it's like, well, no shit. What else are you?
It was obvious, but still. Oh, does anyone actually want to hear me talk about the Summon Night one?
Go ahead.
Okay. Let's see. All right. In Summon Night, as you progress through the game, you meet these characters that you can create a relationship with, like best friend, wife, and stuff like that, right? Okay, so when you beat the game, I tried looking around to go and talk to them, and guess what? You can't find their characters anymore. Like, they're just all gone. Everyone you knew just disappeared. And the only thing that was left was a basement to, like, this tower. And the thing that got me was that I couldn't find these people like I grew to, like, know throughout the game, so that was kind of sad. But that's just me thinking too deeply into it. So.
Unless anyone has anything else to add.
Nope.
I was just gonna make a joke about having a funeral with for fictional characters, but that's kind of dumb.
Then it'll end up like a funeral on WoW where another guild just raged them to be dicks.
Yeah.
But getting away from funerals, if you have a question you want to ask us, we will answer it on the podcast. Just leave it in the YouTube comments, in the comments on the website at rivercitygamers.wordpress.com, or you can comment on our Facebook page, either in the post with this podcast in it, or just on the front page wherever, facebook.com/RiverCityGamers. But now...
Couponbug.com.
I love couponbug.com.
I love CouponBug.
I love couponbug.com.
I love couponbug.com.
Couponbug.com.
CouponBug.
Couponbug.com.
Couponbug.com.
You gotta loop that music over that shit. Nah.
Let's just do video updates. Unreal, you go first.
Video updates. Nothing new compared to last podcast. Just I've already posted the introduction to that Monster Hunter stuff. I just gotta get to work on the stuff. But since Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate has been out, it's been taking my time away.
Same here.
I am not afraid to admit that, but I'll definitely be working on those videos mostly. Everything else is unsure at this point, but the last hunt is a definite, yeah, just be patient, that's all.
Well, I'll go ahead and go next.
Okay.
And, I did make some progress as far as recording for the next SC on. However, all that progress has immediately stopped because class is back in session and Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate. So, might still be a while before we see that again. Also, a person who is going to be helping me with a certain aspect of the video, she nearly broke her leg in a skiing accident, so...
Wait, what? What happened?
Oh, she works as ski patrol at this skiing and snowboarding place, and on
Wait,
her
who
second
does?
to last run, she injured her leg.
Wait, who did? Like, who was it?
A friend of mine who is going to help me with this video, but it
Oh.
requires traveling around, so...
Yeah, that sucks.
Ouch.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you this. At least... Oh, actually, the breaking the leg is worse, but at least she wasn't doing a split going down the slope.
Yeah.
That hurts.
Yeah.
Getting
I
away
say this
from
from
that mental
experience.
image, I have recorded more of Bug Island. I just need to...
I had a recording of Bug.
I gotta do so much editing with it, because the bonus areas are becoming so tedious to play through.
Oh, you mean the caves where you can get the special weapons? I just say fuck them after a while.
Well, I'm going through it for completion's sake, so I want to show everything that I can.
Oh yeah.
But
okay.
there was one point where I went through the bonus cave 4 times and didn't find a
couldn't
weapon.
find it. Yeah, that happened to me, and that's just where that was the last straw. I just said fuck it and just stopped playing the game for a while. I still have the file. I need to get back to recording that too.
So there's that. Oh, and pretty soon I'm also going to start recording for the next edition of the Bloody Roar retrospective, but that's another thing that's far down the line. And I believe that about does it for video updates for me. So, Nightman, I believe you said earlier you were working on something?
Yeah. Actually got a few gameplay footage, more recorded footage for Castle Crashers, and I'm in the writing process of that.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say,
and-
you mentioned that like a month ago.
Yeah, in the writing process, but I've had like a lot of distractions, you know, stuff like that. Games and shit, but yeah. And also, to those who care about my Toku Vision series, Kamen Rider Kiva review will be coming at some point. It's done when it's done, though, so let's just leave it at that.
Wataru as a kid.
Yeah, no. But that's it for me.
Alright, Wizwar, take us home.
Alright. Well, I have the... Well, it's pretty much the same thing with me, with SCR, on the whole college, and also Monster Hunter Tri. That's a real big one. I have the scripts done for a bunch of videos. I just haven't gotten around to recording. That's kind of the deal. Because recording stuff, like, yeah, there's a lot, and then you only use like 10 minutes of it, which always kind of pestered me a little bit. But I do have stuff in the works. I just need to get around to it. As for what it'll be, it'll you just have to wait a long time. But I will be making or should I say finishing a video that I'm gonna show at Anime North if that panel is still going there, right?
As far as I know, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna have a video for that one. I'll give it that. Of something that I should have done a long time ago. So expect something there.
Well, I believe that takes us to the end of the podcast. SCXCR.
Unreal. That again?
A wizwar, a 100.
Okay. Oh.
Right, man.
And the Nightman has gone night tea time.
Yeah. By the way, if this ending makes people tired, then, well, I'm sorry.
We're all tired.
Let this be
Go
your
to bed.
listening as
It's been
we
a long
send
week.
you into a deep slumber.
And then someone tells you to go to school, and then you become psychotic killers.
Go to bed!